You're,
I'm the H-Man. Nice to meet you.
The H-Man.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. I love it. All right, cool. So I got like $60 in my pocket right now, and it's pretty much just begging to be in anybody else's pocket. So you're the guy. So just whatever $60 will get me, man.
What
just
are you trying to? Are you trying to ask me for something? I don't have anything on me.
I get it. He's not a cop, dude. I'm not a cop. He's not a cop.
His name's Harry. That's why he's the H-Man.
It's my first name. It has nothing to do with selling anything.
Whoa. This guy, you said you were bringing the H-Man over. I'm trying to lose a little weight. I was thinking about maybe dabbling in some, narcotics.
We're not having this conversation.
But we just had that conversation today, and now all of a sudden we've got this guy named the H-Man on the show.
I thought you were joking.
Pretty suspicious.
Is this
just
going to be a good
whoa.
Go to the bathroom. What?
No. You promised you were going to bring me somebody who had the goods.
You don't do heroin, so it doesn't matter.
You think about what you've done, pal. All right? You got me all excited. I'm sorry about the mix-up, dude.
So, how much do you want again?
Like $60 worth?
Okay, I mean, we can dish this loser. It's in my trunk. Come on.
Skyler, I think they took off.
Get out of here! Where you get the
You're listening to Acting Up with Skyler and Steve, the show that saved my life.
Welcome back to the show. We are here with the luminary H-Man.
That's right. The H-Man, Harri Woliner, in the house all the way from New York.
Yep, that's where I am.
Now, I teased this, and before I forget, I'm going to read the other two definitions of luminary.
Oh,
and
yes.
you can decide if these are you. Well, I guess first off, you have to defend, are you, the first one, an object such as a celestial body that gives light?
I don't know if I can answer that. I don't know how to answer that.
Well, you're wearing a yellow T-shirt. I mean, that's...
I guess I could give light in a dark room.
Yeah.
Because my shirt's bright.
It could be your personality, too.
That, too, yeah.
Number two, a person who is an inspiration to others.
Yes.
There we go.
I guess so, yeah. Because I kind of started the whole this whole protege thing on the Best Show. Like I was the first one, and then there were others that tried to come after me, and it didn't really work out too well.
Well, let's discuss that real quick.
Oh, okay.
This is what I want to talk about real fast.
Okay.
So, the reason H-Man and I know each other, this moment that we're in right now.
And no, in the biblical sense, you mean.
This moment we're in right now is because I listen to The Best Show. H-Man was on The Best Show. The Best Show is run by Tom Sharpling, extremely funny man, mover and shaker in the Hollywood industry.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't like to talk about it, but yeah.
Well, he can't talk about it on his show, but we can talk about it here.
Oh, yeah.
He was a writer and executive producer on Monk. Maybe you've heard about it. 8 seasons. I don't know how many Emmy Awards. Tons. Tom, kind of a hero of mine. Tom is the father of this moment that we're in right now. The Best Show on WFMU is the mother of this moment. Because one day, Tom had the H-Man in as his protege, the guy he's going to hand the reins to one day. I called the H-Man, put my support behind his protege-ship, and it's been
you were the first.
Was I?
I think
No
I'm pretty,
way.
Well, if anything, you were the one who stuck with me through all the
yeah, because I remember when Wally Wackerman went up against you.
My brother as a puppet.
And I tried to coin the phrase "flesh not felt" because it was you against a puppet.
Of course.
And I think I said "flesh not fur," and I basically blew my own catchphrase. So shame on me. But yes. So thanks to Tom Sharpling and The Best Show on WFMU, that whole entity gave birth to this moment, this hour of radio that we're doing right now. So I want to make sure we show it the respect it deserves.
Another funny thing.
We have a moment of silence?
No, not at all. We should have a moment of mirth.
Oh. Mirth? Wait, what is mirth? We were looking up
laughter and happiness and good times.
Oh, okay. We're looking up things left and right on this show. Yeah.
But another funny thing I always thought was interesting about how I kind of know you is that I feel like when I first met you in person, I felt like I knew you so well already just because of talking to you through The Best Show and because we would talk on Facebook and whatnot because we knew each other. So when I met you, I felt like you'd been my drinking buddy for a couple years. I'm
gonna say I'm flattered by that.
But we literally only met each other in person a few weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Weird.
Now, tell us why you're out here in California right now.
Yes, right now, I'm actually doing an internship. I was supposed to do one in the summer, but it kind of didn't work out. So what I did is I took an incomplete for the credits, which basically means it could be taken until December. And then I just went through a bunch of websites and found one, and I'm currently interning for Strike Entertainment.
Strike.
And they just put out The Thing that came out about a month ago, and they just put out In Time, which you were talking about earlier.
Now, The Thing, you mean the movie?
Yeah.
Starring Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Right.
It's a prequel to the one from like the 80s, I guess, but they didn't want to think of like a really like stupid like cheesy title like The Thing Rises or whatever. So just called The Thing. I mean that works honestly, because I'd rather not hear like some silly name like oh great.
Right.
But I mean I saw it. I enjoyed it.
Did you just knock The Dark Knight Rises right now? Is that what you
No. I don't mean that. I mean
like
because I mean that works for what they're trying to do, because they had like The Dark Knight and Batman Begins.
Yeah.
But like to start off
The
like
First Thing.
Yeah, like that sounds more like a romantic comedy, like The First Thing.
Ryan and Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
German Shepherds.
Yes. Okay.
So now, when you're interning there, were you aware that they were doing auditions for these DVD extras that I auditioned for?
Honestly, I really didn't know much. Like I would see like maybe the director would give a call, but like I couldn't hear anything because they're very private, the executives. But that's fine. I mean, I talk to them. I try to like get the experience that I want, because I want to be in the industry at some point, which will be relatively soon, because I'm done at the end of December and I go home.
Nice.
So I got to try to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my life.
Gotcha. And now you used to listen to him as a DJ, right, Steve?
I rarely got to tune into his show, because when you had your show, I was working at the hotel job, and I could never get it to stream on my computer at work.
Yeah, with when I was doing stuff at school, like I even had problems like trying to access it, because like it would be very iffy.
Where were you going to college?
SUNY New Paltz. It's a state
right.
school, and like it's about an hour and a half north of the city.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, what was good is like what I loved about the school was, first of all, the area's beautiful. There's like a big mountain range.
Oh, cool.
But what's nice is that it's not like too close to home where like I'm going to be home every weekend, but it's not far away where like if I need to go home for a family event or like something, I can go home. Like it was an hour and a half. And once I got my car my senior year, it was a lot easier. Yeah, I am a late bloomer. I got my license when I was 20. But
wow, really?
Yeah, I actually literally got it on my mom's birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, I think it's time.
Now you'll never forget when it expires.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what every mom wants too. Her son out on the freeways and things for her birthday.
Yeah, I mean, she had kind of pushed me, and like the rest of my friends and family were pushing me, and I was like, I can't just keep bumming rides and taking the bus. The bus to New Paltz is one of the most disturbing experiences I've had while attending that school, because you get some of the weirdest people to get on that bus, because it doesn't just go to New Paltz, it goes to like Albany and a couple other places, and you either like during holidays you'll get a lot of college students, but on some days you'll just get some of the weirdest looking people who look like they're hopped up on something.
Was it Steve?
I
wish. I wish I was hopped up on something in New York right now.
I remember one experience. It was like coming back to school after Thanksgiving, and I was waiting at the bus station, and no bus came. And they told us that bus broke down, so we would have to get on the next bus. But that next bus literally had like 2 seats left, and there were like 10 people. So for a good hour or so, I had to stand in the aisle on this bus, and I was just like, oh god, like people were like really smelly near me. I was like, oh, this is so uncomfortable.
You had to stand on the bus for 2 hours?
Yeah, about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Gross.
How old were you when you got your license, Steve?
I was 17.
Ah.
And I got it right before I started driver's ed in high school.
Before you started driver's ed? How is that possible?
Yeah.
Pennsylvania's weird like that. Like I just had to, I had to study everything and then go get it on my own, and then but you had to take driver's ed to graduate. So I didn't start taking it until after I got my license. Like literally, I got my license on Friday, and then that Monday I had my first session of driver's ed. So then when we would go, when we would do actual behind the wheel time, the driving instructor would just have me take her to run errands.
Oh wow,
that was awesome.
That's amazing.
It was so great.
I pulled the thing with my parents somehow when I was 16. I was like, yeah, I don't want a car, so why don't you use that money to get me a video camera?
Oh,
nice.
And I don't even know how they believe that. Of course, I'm going to want a car at some point. Like I ended up getting a car like a year later, but. Yeah, I got like this Sony camera. It was like $4,000. They got me. It was like
holy moly.
Yeah, like the first like 3 CCD camera, like prosumer level, and I had big plans to shoot this feature that I wrote when I was 15 or something.
I love it.
Yeah, and I think we shot a few days of it, but yeah, of course it went nowhere.
Oh.
Anyway.
Do you still have it on VHS?
Probably somewhere. It's
Break it out.
Yeah, it was
Hidden in a
called.
box somewhere.
It was called Disillusion,
Disillusion.
That's cool.
and it was about a bunch of like kids start disappearing in the high school, and it's like aliens are taking them or something.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, my first screenplay.
I
Now,
like it.
what were we gonna do? You were gonna do an impression for Engineer Brian.
Oh, you wanted to
yes.
hear my Morrissey impression?
Of Stephen
right.
Morrissey.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Now I feel like I if I mess up, it's gonna just kill
Well,
it.
Brian has to do a better one than you, though.
Oh,
that's
that's right.
That's the rule, right?
Okay.
he's,
I gotta-
he's shaking his head.
A panic on the streets of London. Yeah.
I like it.
Give you a little
Take
taste.
that, Morrissey.
I did it on the Best Show once when this
Yeah, you
friend of
did,
Tom like asked me to do it when I was in the studio. I was like, okay, sure, whatever.
It was good.
That was when I did the showdown against Wally.